G'day and welcome to the Breaking Through podcast. We're going to jump straight into it this week. We've been, I don't want to say complaining, but we have been bringing up that there hasn't been much going on the last few weeks. Yeah. We can't say that this week because there's been some mammoth tours that have announced this week. I'll rattle them off for you. Dolla announced his Marvel Stadium show. Post announced his Strumming Bird sideshows with Don Toliver, which surprised me. We got Rise Against, BTS going on sale. Yep. They finally released their sale times. Hans Zimmer announced. The Script announced. I'm missing a couple, but it's been a big week. It's been good to see. Even some Friday night announcements, which I'm not the biggest fan of. But which one do you want to jump into first? Which one
Let's go with Dom Dolla first. Let's jump straight in.
There's a few things on this Dom Dolla tour. Well, not a tour, Dom Dolla show. I think the initial thing I want to touch on is this bad boy got leaked. Dom Dolla's show got leaked by 3AW.
Which is pretty surprising.
Which was, I'm pretty sure it was 3AW. And my first thought was, well, I think it got sent to me like 100 times, 150 times. I didn't make videos on it. One, I was watching the Survivor finale. So that took priority. And my second thought was, what does 3AW get out of it?
Yeah,
they literally talk back. Like, what do they get about announcing or breaking a show from about a dance act?
It's a boomer radio station. It's just like,
and all the comment sections was like, who the hell's Dom Dolla, yada yada yada. Proves my point.
Yeah. It's like your grandma would be telling you like, hey, did you hear that Dom Dolla you like is tour? He's doing a show
Mr. Dolla's doing a Marvel Stadium show. I heard on 3AW. It makes no sense. Like the risk of pissing people off, and as someone that I've taken risks like that of hinting at shows and doing that type of stuff, and even just me hinting at shows, not saying who it is, caused me huge problems. It still gets brought up in meetings today. So to flat out say who it is, where it is, the week of, yada yada yada, I just didn't get it. Yeah. And I think the positives that they got out of it were views. I don't think any person under the age of 50 is going, 3AW posted this about Dom Dolla. I'm going to go listen to Talkback Radio.
Yeah.
It just confused me, and man, I'm sure the promoters would have been pissed.
Look, we live in a rage bait society. I think a lot of media publications love to rage bait their audience.
You think 3AW is rage baiting?
I think they are, because look at the comments section. It's just old people going, "Who's that? I've never heard of them."
Yeah, true. Good point.
They should have got the Screaming Jets on. It's just like,
I actually think I saw a Screaming Jets comment.
I saw that too. And it's just like, what world are you living in, Grandpa?
Yeah. So I think, and he did this would have been the show that the Marvel guy was talking about, because he said that this international act had been filming some content at the stadium. Dom uploaded some stuff of him at the stadium. Pardon me. International. He's not an international, but he's that big.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where people might be a little bit disappointed that it's not an international coming to Australia. But man, yeah, that it kind of soured it a little bit. And if I was a promoter, I wouldn't have been very happy to just straight out say it. It's not even fun.
Yeah.
You've taken the fun out of it. The fun of the Marvel guy being super broad and just going, it's an international act. They've been filming. That's fun because you can have so many different answers for that act.
Gets people talking.
And 99% of them were wrong. I was wrong.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
In saying that, I think the show's going to be massive. I think it for a stadium and Dom, it could sell out. Melbourne's the place to do those dance acts.
Do you think this Dom Dolla Melbourne show sells out?
I think it sells out or gets very close to. I think it's going to be a full, there's going to be a lot of people there.
And, he did his Sydney show. This will be bigger than the Sydney show. The prices are cheaper than his Sydney show. So for the people saying, this is so expensive, yada, 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 it's literally cheaper, and that one sold.
Yeah.
Do I think this show doesn't have supports? No.
No.
I think he'll get good supports on as well. His Sydney show had hectic supports, so I think he'll do a similar situation. I think Melbourne will show out for their homegrown talent.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting this bad boy to sell. I was a bit hesitant of saying the Sydney one was going to sell well. He proved me wrong.
Yep.
So I think this one will sell, and I hope it does. Like it's always good to see Australian talent doing well. When has a DJ a DJ dance act done a stadium here in Australia?
Never.
A stadium like Marvel Stadium.
Fisher missed his opportunity. He can't do stadiums now, but
He could have done it.
I think back in the day,
At his prime.
he could have done it.
Oh man.
Did not care. But Dom's our guy now.
I mean, he
so,
did a festival. Like he made a festival.
Yeah. I think Fred again, if he was come back, he could do a stadium show as well.
I hope not. I mean, anywhere but the fucking. Where was the last one on the Gold Coast? The Spit.
The Spit.
Anywhere but there. On to the next tour that got announced. Post Malone did sideshows. He's announced them for East Coast.
Massive sideshows.
Yeah, East Coast and NZ stadiums.
Yep.
With the most surprising out of this is Don Toliver. I think like you could have brought the shows here, but then because he's doing announced those Asia shows with Don. So like, man, I just thought he would do smaller sideshows. The pre-sales have already some of the pre-sales have already started.
Yeah.
But and the pricing's come out and all that type of stuff. My initial thought was having Post Malone and Don. It's really good for Post. I don't know about Don.
It works out really good for Post because Don could have done arenas if he came here all by himself.
100%. He's one of the most requested acts that I see.
It's a combined effort from the two of them. I'm surprised he went for the sport instead of doing his own tour. But
Same.
Hey, I don't think Post could have done stadiums if it wasn't for him.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, he needs him. But
A couple of years ago, yeah.
100%. I think this country pivot hasn't worked out well for him.
Not as well as
Beyonce's.
yeah, okay. Not as well as I think he would have hoped, but like I think to do like Strumming Bird hasn't sold out. I think it will eventually, but like have Strumming Bird, wouldn't that be a little indication? Obviously, these all would have been signed off already, but to have Strumming Bird not sell out and then announce stadium shows, I think Don's going to do a lot of the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
But also, I'm getting so many messages going, how long's Don's set going to be? What's Post Malone going to play? Is it going to be a country set? Like, do they mesh well? Like, does current Post and Don Toliver, does that show, balance well?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm expecting Post Malone to do a different set to what his Strumming Bird set's going to be.
Totally.
Otherwise, why would a Don Toliver fan go pay hundreds of dollars? Like, we saw the prices. The seats are all right. GA's like, I think $230 or something. It was VIPs. There's a VIP package like $1,025 or something.
Jeez.
Yeah, crazy. Like, so if you're spending, $150, $200 for seats or, $230 for that GA, how sure are you of the sets that you're going to get? Like, especially, if Don is the special guest slot, how long is that set going to be?
Yeah, you'd hope for like at least an hour.
As a special guest slot? Like, I'm thinking like 40 minutes.
Do they add a local support on as well to open the night? It's one of those things where it's like, I guess we'll find out. But yeah, I've been talking about this. Like, Post Malone seems like he's having an identity crisis. It seems like he released this country album and his fans didn't really like it. And so this tour with Don is kind of like...
It was that album was stacked with like so many country stars as well.
Yeah. And it seems like he's kind of like... This tour with Don, because he's doing Asia with Don as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I feel like he's... maybe just like going like, oh, maybe the country thing didn't work out. I'm going to go back into the rap thing. I'm getting a rap support on. Because he would have brought a country artist to support him if he was like...
Going full country.
If he went full country
good
and he was
point.
happy with how it was going. I think he's having an identity crisis. I think he's a bit worried that,
But it's like people are wondering if they need to spend hundreds of dollars they need to be sure on the sets they're going to get.
Yeah.
Like, is it going to be half country and half, his old stuff? Is it going to be, a 60-40 split? How long is Don's set going to be? So many questions. If I'm spending hundreds of dollars, I want to know the answer to.
Yeah.
Because, like, if I'm a country fan, and I like Post stuff, I'm so happy I bought Strumming Bird tickets because, they're, the early bird and the pre-sale and the, what was it? The ticket, I can't remember what his name is. The ticket securing thing was like $220, I think. So that's cheaper than their GA.
Yeah.
Than Post Malone and Don's GA.
I mean, the smart move is to do like most of the country album at Strumming Bird with a little bit of his hits mixed in there, and then do most of his big stuff at his own shows.
That's what I think would happen. That's what yeah. And it's like if he does that, then that stadium show really meshes well with Don. But then, like, is an artist going to prepare two very different set lists for a tour in Australia?
Yeah.
Like, how different do they go?
Do you remember his Coachella set when he first was dipping his toes into country? Bro, it was embarrassing. He was like apologizing the whole time.
Why?
And like, the thing was, it's like he was doing a perfectly fine job, but after every song, he was apologizing to the crowd. He's going, "I'm sorry, guys. My voice isn't all there, but I love y'all." And like, he did it after every song that even watching at home, I was like, bro, shut the fuck up and just sing the songs. Like,
see, I really I've seen Post twice.
Yeah.
And Post Malone, he has some of my favorite songs ever.
Yeah.
And first time I saw him was 2018. And like, he's so good live. His voice live is so good. So when people are like, he's washed, he's this, I'm like, no, he's not. He's not. It's just like, he's an act that has fully dedicated himself to a pivot. But it's just like, in certain situations, is that going to work right now?
I mean, it doesn't.
Or is he an act that can go like, yep, I'll do one genre here, and then literally during the week go and do a different genre at his stadium shows? I mean, I hope so. Quickly touch on BTS. They announced ages ago, and then they've only just announced when their ticket sale times. The actual first pre-sale is like 10 days or something between as well. So they've given months in advance of going, hey, we've announced to ticket sales, and then the sales from there is still like 10 days. Yeah. Where, we're having sales now still where it's like the next day with no warning. I love that. I absolutely love. You've given people as much warning as you can. I would love so many bigger acts as big as BTS to give warnings like that, because then you can't really complain that you haven't been given any notice.
I think that when the announcement happened though, and when tickets have gone on sale, it's been a long time. I don't want that much notice.
It is too long.
Yeah.
I agree, it is too long. But if you go if you announce and then go, yep, we're coming to your city, whatever, and then say ticket sale times are coming in a month, great. And then you get the ticket sales time a week. For these really big acts, like for stadium acts and that type of stuff, when you're forking out hundreds of dollars, sure, that's what I think is good for. For the acts that you're paying like $100 or whatever, I'm like, yeah, okay, pre-sales in a couple of days, sure, we can work with that. But for acts that BTS, like, these fans are mental.
They're rabid.
Rabid's probably a better word, yes. I probably shouldn't say mental, but the abuse I've copped for even just putting out the ticket sale times. Someone was like, I hope your pillows are warm and your shit stays inside you.
What?
For just saying the ticket sale times, man. Crazy. But this is how these fans are.
Yeah.
So, I just really like how BTS has done it. I never thought I'd say the ticket window has been too wide, but it is. But, something like that I would really like. Next, I want to touch on a couple singles, which I think I want to touch on, how these singles are being received. Olivia Rodrigo announced a single.
The Cure.
And Charli XX released a single. And the receptions on both has been very interesting. I really like The Cure, But I remember saying, I don't know if it was last podcast, but I was like, you shouldn't listen to songs for the first time when you're watching the music video. That's what I did with The Cure.
Yeah.
And then Charli XCX's single. I think The Cure by Olivia Rodrigo, I prefer it way more over Drop Dead. I think Drop Dead's a very good single as well. But The Cure is so good. It builds up so well.
Yeah.
I think it's such a good song. It's on repeat for me at the moment. And Charli XCX's single, I think it's way better than rock music, but that was a low bar. I didn't like that at all.
Okay. The Cure is interesting because she did like hint at The Cure in like Drop Dead when she goes, you know the words to Just Like Heaven. So she's like, you know, tipping the hat, I guess.
Yep.
It kind of reminds me of Brand New. There's a brand new song called De Gauza that kind of has that similar riff. The riff also reminds me of Everlong, but from Foo Fighters as well.
Oh, that's a really good shout, actually.
Yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins vibes as well.
Yeah, totally. So she's definitely going for that sort of angle. I mean, she's always kind of like tipped the hat to like post-punk era.
The nostalgic vibes are really there, and I'm thoroughly enjoying. There's no one on earth that would be like, I hate nostalgia.
Well, I think that's why she's got like older people than her that are into her music. It's because she is kind of like, hey, I love the same stuff that you guys do. Like you guys might be in your 30s and 40s. Yeah. I love The Cure. I love like Paramore and stuff like that. So I think that's why we all kind of like bring her in.
Yeah.
Charli, I love this song as well, but I loved rock music too. It's and like I said last time, she's kind of gone this angle that Arctic Monkeys kind of went when they brought out that Hotel Casino album, Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino, where it was kind of like after the big, like bold AM rock album that brought them fucking like turned them into a headliner worldwide.
Yep.
They do this sort of like artsy album after it that kind of divides fans. I think that's what Charli's doing now. Maybe it's an English thing, but you know.
I do like her accent in this though. I was like, I'm listening to the song today. I listened to it a few times, and I'm just like, really like her voice in this. Like the accent really just adds to it. But again, like I just feel like with the songs we're getting from Charli at the moment, there's no like peak of the song, and that's what like I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it, but I'm just waiting for that peak, and it's just never coming at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think I hope no one was expecting Brat 2 to be a follow-up.
No, I think with Charli XCX as well, you're expecting, you know, a pivot.
Every album has been different. I'm looking forward to the album. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'll listen to it just because it's Charli, and I'm interested to see how she goes with the album, what direction she goes, because it's been like, I think we should always expect a pivot, but this has been a real fucking pivot. Let's touch on a feel-good story. I think one thing that especially the Australian music scene needs to do is like just help each other out and create community. And I think this does that. The Brightside launches free brand rehearsal spaces. I think that's such a good idea, especially the Brightside as well. I've gone to so many shows there. I really like this.
It's perfect, man, because what's going on in the music scene now is basically community is key. Big promoters own so many venues now that the competition is just gone crazy, especially for grassroots venues. People that are independently run, that just like, you know, book their shows, just looking for what's best and actually trying to create community. This is great. And that's going to be the key factor moving into the next couple of years. I think a lot of venues are going to follow suit in Australia.
Hope they do.
Because it's just like there's people there through the week. Open the doors.
And I think it's like there's no real negatives of that. I think the best thing in this situation that Australian music is in is there's no negatives in building contacts. Yeah. In building relationships, especially as venues. Like especially with TikTok and all that type of stuff, you don't know what act is going to blow up. If you already have a relationship with an Australian act that could blow up, like that could benefit you in the future, and you're helping someone out at the same time.
Exactly.
So like, you know, doing good things, you shouldn't do them to expect things in return. But if you have that relationship, who are they going to turn to if they need a venue?
Yep.
Like, I just think doing good and creating community like that is such a good idea. And it's like breaking through didn't really kick off until we had a community. it's the most important thing we can do as the Australian music scene.
Yeah. It's following suit with some stuff that I've seen in the UK as well, because I've seen a lot of venues in the UK, a lot of grassroots one, have like opened band bedrooms. So you can like, bands can stay there when they're touring, which is going to save them on accommodation. So it's just to help the bands that are touring save a bit of money.
Saving money, even if it's just like that couple hundred at the start of when you're, coming up or, starting to come up, can pay dividends at the end.
Yeah.
We haven't done this for a little bit, but we love to do fan questions. We have another fan question. And Tyson, I know you're going to like this because you've been talking about it a little bit recently.
Okay.
This question is from Austin.
Hello, how are you guys going? I want to know your genuine opinions on who do you think will be on the Good Things 2026 lineup. Personally, I think the headliner will be My Chemical Romance, and I reckon we might get a Green Day or we might get Speed, the Australian Sydney hardcore band Speed. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Austin,
Thank
for the
you,
question.
Austin. First question, I'm doing good. Thank you. Green Day, I'll shoot down because they're a stadium band. They're probably not going to take a under My Chemical Romance slot.
No, but I have been so just focused on MCR.
Yeah.
I think they're such a lock, but I haven't really thought about anyone else. Tyson, who have you been thinking though?
Okay, can I tell I heard something, and I'll share it now because it was just like someone told me, and they have it on good authority, and they were right about Tool last year. They told me Limp Bizkit is headlining Good Things this year.
Oh, you're going to get me in trouble.
Which is strange because they only did it 3 years ago. They were like second to Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, I think that's too soon, personally.
It feels too soon. That's what I heard. Take that with a grain of salt.
What other acts do you think would fit?
Okay, Simple Plan. I think we talked about that a couple of weeks ago. They're wrapping up a tour.
Not super confident on that, though.
Not super confident. All right, I could see them on it though.
Yep.
Jimmy Eat World. They're doing a 20th anniversary of Bleed American, 20th, 25th. I expect them to be on it. Mm-hmm. All American Rejects and Knocked Loose to make up for last year's cancellation.
Yep.
I expect them to be on it.
Yep.
Speed, I expect to be on it.
Speed's a good shout too.
Emil and the Sniffers are a good shout to be on it as well because they haven't done any festivals this year. I think their tour wraps up overseas around that time. They'd be awesome to get on a Good Things, and I think they're ready. Violent Soho, another band.
You've shouted out Violent Soho. You've had that theory for a long time.
Yeah, and they're only doing 2 dates, I think, for their upcoming headline tour. I expect them to do a festival around that as well.
I've had a lot of people say Hayley Williams are Good Things, but you're not on that.
I'm not on that train.
You're not on that train.
I'm more Laneway. Here's another one that I'm tossing up between they'll do Laneway or they'll do Good Things is a band called Dice Spits from Texas. They're an all-girl group and they make fucking sick rock music.
Yep.
They could be on it. Their touring schedule wraps up around the end of November as well. Bullet for My Valentine have hinted on their last tour here that they'd be coming back for Good Things. Apparently they said it on stage. I expect to see them. And my last one, and this could be the second headliner of the fest, Smashing Pumpkins. Only because Billy Corgan has done a solo tour with
Played
Good
it recently,
Things,
yep.
and I think he would have seen the vision while he was out here. He loves coming out to Australia.
It's a great way to make a connection with a band as well, to know the promoters and that type of stuff, to be especially when you're doing single stuff, to just go, I could bring this huge band that I'm in. I could do that in a couple of years. I now have a relationship with you guys. Maybe.
Yeah.
We will closer to the second half of the year. I know we're entering June, but maybe we'll do a full prediction in August.
Once we get a date, I think we do the...
Well, because their campaigns are usually really quick.
Yeah.
So, but it's dates and then a couple of days later, it's oh, here's the lineup.
Yeah.
So I would love a better campaign. Good Things, just so you know. I'm here if you need help. But yeah, we'll do that soon. But I think, I'm locked in for MCR.
Okay. All right. I'm going to trust my source and say it's going to be Limp Bizkit, but we will see.
Could be both.
Could be both. That would be fun.
See you next week, Tim.
See ya.